The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 down low. And for the Wizards, Carlton Carrington is out there with Johnson. Then it's Koulibaly. Then it's George. And it's Vukcevic in at the center, filling out the middle. Here we are now past the midway point of the season, Tim. What kinds of things are you focusing on right now as you take a look at the league?
Well, Kevin, this is where teams separate. There's two paths. Teams that are starting to get themselves ready for a playoff run, and those that are starting to think about their next offseason and angling for a good draft position.
And teams trying to peak at the right time. A very tough thing to achieve, don't you think?
It's critical. You want to be in rhythm and healthy to make that deep playoff run.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. He was all alone on that one.
Well, you could see it on Barrett's face. He couldn't wait to bring the ball up right there and hit a 3 of his own.
There's a screen. The shot by George, wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the inside, Barnes, and it's denied. Ingram against George. Back to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. Knocks down the 3-ball.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Nice shot by Pirtle.
Yeah, well, this is where Pirtle operates, right there. Close to the rim. He's extremely comfortable and very efficient.
Johnson against Barrett, and here's George for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor.
Here's Vukcevic. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Johnson for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Johnson's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
You know, Tim, we see a lot of talented wings in this NBA. Where does R.J. Barrett separate himself?
Well, he's very difficult when he puts it on the deck, Kevin. He's got some moves, and he's got an array of finishes, both the layup package or he can pound it on your head.
And he comes up with the deuce. Ingram's got his second basket of the game.
That is strong. Ingram taking it right to the defense.
On the wing, Carrington quickly covering. Johnson surveying the floor for 3. Again, Johnson missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now, here's Quickly. Defended by Carrington.
Wow, and you can see the added strength for Barnes. It really helped them there.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Toronto.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy, you can plug in just about anywhere.
Here's Koulibaly. Hasn't made one yet. On the wing, Carrington. Quickly covering. Carrington, that's good.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
Well, the key is to take what the defense allows. That is smart basketball.
Now Now here's Ingram. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Carrington.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
Quickly looking it over. The tray. Offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Malcolm Pirtle leaves his house and he puts the hard hat on. He is a hard-nosed, no-nonsense pivot player. He's really had a solid career.
And he can't get the first one. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise. And with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It is a beautiful thing. And Shams, we appreciate the report. Now, here's Johnson. He has 6. Pass to Carrington. He nails it, and we're tied up. Carrington's got a couple of threes now in the first for Washington.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Quickly. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Here's Carrington. Pass to George from past the arc. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Quickly with a wide open look. And again, no good by Toronto.
Well, he was hoping to respond with a 3 of his own. He just couldn't get it to go.
Luke Jevic can't hit.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Barnes has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and the two-man game there, great read by Barnes, and you see him again playing at his pace.
Johnson inside. Garrett covering. Johnson can't get it to go. Raptors have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And the layup is good. Barrett's got 5 points so far.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end. Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
There's contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
I love the determination that time by Quickly. There was just no denying it.
And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel Quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up Quickly.
And Washington making a change here. Champagne's checked in. And the free throw, no good.
And something I've noticed about Emmanuel Quickly is how much his passing has improved and his movement off the ball. He's just a much smarter player than when he first came into the league.
Here's Carrington. He's got 10. Here's Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal.
You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
And that one falls for Johnson. Tim, this is going to hit home, and I'm sorry about it, but it's going on 5 decades since the Washington Wizards have enjoyed a 50-win season.
Kevin, you're breaking my heart. A couple generations have passed. So if this rebuild requires some patience, fans in the DMV are saying, what's a few more years?
And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for, a 3-level elite scorer.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Back to you, Kevin.
All for one. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Here's Murray Boyle. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Johnson in the corner. Shoots the 3. Good on the triple. Johnson's got 11 points.
He put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Walter. 17 points in his last outing. Barnes down low. And good that time. 8 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Johnson right side. Pass to Champagny. On the wing, Koulibaly. Here's Carrington. Oh, good on the 3.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. The coach needs a moment to talk things over. For the Wizards, Riley is checked in for Bilal Koulibaly. And it's Hardy in for Carlton Carrington. And then for Toronto, Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. And Dick subbed in for Brandon Ingram. Wizards trail by 3. Pass to Vukcevic. Now, here's Johnson. He's got 11. Riley can't hit. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Johnson, the pass to Hardy. Johnson outside. They set the pick. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Watching the trajectory on a floater never gets old. One of the most fun ways to score that this league has.
Here's Murray Boyle. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standard, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Johnson goes in. Six to shoot. And a miss there on the triple.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
The shot by Murray Boyles, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Wizards. It's a 3-point game and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose, but
After years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
The first free throw is good. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Gill is checked in for the Wizards. Cooper comes in for Johnson. And the Raptors also making a change. Quickly is checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
Dick with it. Riley covering. Dick, that's good.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
Now here's Hardy. He's guarded closely. Pass to Gill. The 3. And it's Murray Boyles with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. Here's Quickly. Now Dick. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Emmanuel Quickly.
And here's Hardy. Nothing on the board. Here's Champagnie. And again, Washington, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Back to Quickly. A steal. Here's Cooper. Pass to Champagnie. And the 3 ball is good. Champagnie's got 5 now. Now Quickly. Here's Dick. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
And with the clock almost at 0, great awareness on his part.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And that's where their advantage is. Throw the ball inside, make it difficult for the defense to make some decisions.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Grady Dick. Emmanuel Quickly out there with Walter. And it's Mamu Pelishvili in at the 5, home in the paint. Now here's Williams. Pass to Hardy. Back to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Flying his one from deep. Rebound by the Raptors. Dick with it. To the paint. Here's Walter. Toronto working the ball around now. It's Dick on the wing. His 3-pointers off the mark.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Gill. Williams, a screen on Dick. Back to Williams. Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got the first basket of the second quarter for the Wizards. Quickly against Riley. Pass to Dick. Top of the key. Riley grabs the miss.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Now here's Hardy. Now here's Williams. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Now here's Hardy. Quickly covering. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Hardy. The Raptors have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Pass to quickly. Here's Walter from outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Walter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Here they come.
Washington making some changes. George is checked in for Riley. Koulibaly comes in for Hardy. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for Williams. And the Raptors also making a change. Battles checked in. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Champagny. Top of the key, Carrington. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-'90s. We were still flying commercial to that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys, like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there, reclining fully right next to you.
Here's George after Toronto at the three-pointer. Pass to Champagny, and here's George. Lets it go from deep, and it's Murray Boyles with the rebound.
And then they continue to control the glass.
Now, here's Quickly. Here's Walter. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Murray Boyles with the bucket.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. So here we are, Greg, looking at this roster of the Raptors. What is the path to contention?
Well, perhaps an opening in the East for them to make a move going from good to great. That's tougher and will require them to develop or acquire some superstar talent.
He's off on the first. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
He hits the second from the line. For the Raptors, their last game, a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pass to Walter. Here's Murray Boyle. And here is Quickly. Offline with his 3.
Well, he's not having as much success shooting the ball early as he wanted, but so far, it's not hurting their team performance.
Here's Koulibaly. Still without a basket. The Wizards working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 drills the three-pointer.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
And here is Quickly. He has been a nice option for them offensively and is averaging more than 17 points a game. Driving to the basket. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Wow, that's a burst that time by Quickly. He got there in a hurry.
Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Carrington. Here's Vucevic. Back to George. Here's Vucevic. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Washington shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
First one falls for him. Wizards making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. R.J. Barrett's checked in for the Raptors. And he makes both free throws. Raptors leading by 6. Now, Quickly. 6 points for him. Pass to Barrett. Barnes screen on Koulibaly. Barrett, no good. Washington's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Here's Vucevic. Toronto grabs the miss. Murray Boyles has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Barnes. Here's Barrett. The offensive rebound. Excellent D there from George.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Now, here is George. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. George has got 5 points so far.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Barrett with this screen on George. Pass to Barrett. That's good. And it's Ingram with the assist. And it's 7 points for R.J. Barrett.
Well, you got to hit Barrett harder than that if you want to stop him from scoring. That's light work for him.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Johnson is checked in for Washington. And then for Toronto, Amu Kelishvili is checked in. And it's Walter in for Quickly. Wizards trail by 6. Pass to Johnson. Takes a 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
And Barrett slams it in.
And I love when Barrett refuses to settle for that contested jumper. He's really good attacking the rim.
You know, Tim, when you look at Bilal Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
Yes, 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skills.
Now here's Ingram. He has 5. Here's Walter. In the corner, Barrett with it. Just 4 to shoot. Hits it from 3-point range. And now it's an 8-point Toronto lead.
Yeah, Barrett from the corner, making it difficult for the defense to react all the way out there.
Takes a step back. Here's Carrington. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
He's doing everything he can to keep him in this game, finding good looks.
And you watch Bub Carrington, you know, Tim, for a young player, he has got a real feel for this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he quickly processes things out there. He's got great anticipation at both ends. And I'll tell you what, he's just getting started.
And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph, Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
Now, here is George. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. A wide open look here for Koulibaly. The Wizards with another miss.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Barnes. 8 points for him. Shed. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And the more you see Barrett, the more you realize he is comfortable now passing the basketball, as evidenced by that assist right there.
Here's Johnson. 8-point game. Pass to George. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Barnes outside. Now Ingram. For 3, Barrett. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
3-point field goal.
Barrett's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Raptors. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Back over to you.
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. Pass to Pirtle. Onside, Barrett. Off target from 3-point range.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Carrington in the corner. Johnson outside. They set the pick. Here's the 3. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
And that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Now here's Barnes. He had 15 points last outing. Onside, Barrett. At the teardrop. He takes it up and lays it in. Barrett's got 17 now.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Carrington with the ball. 16 points for him. Here's Johnson. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside, Barrett. Birtle sets the pick for Barrett. It's good from long range. Barrett's got 20.
Well, you see why Barrett was a highly coveted pick coming out of college. RJ can be special and very effective as a scorer.
Now, here is George. 7 points in the game. In the corner, Barrett with it. From outside, off the mark. Here's Vukcevic. A 3-ball. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. What a performance from A. Barrett. He has been the story for the Raptors. And it was from 3-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. He'll get you back to the action after this break.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings. And this is totally off topic, but how did you guys feel about games on back-to-back nights?
I didn't mind back-to-back games, but what I really liked were back-to-back titles.
Yeah, I know a little something about that too, Shaq. I know it's pretty sweet.
Well, it sure is nice to see you guys agreeing about something for a change. And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Raptors.
Saw how they crashed the glass? That's Dr. O'Neill's school of rebounding.
I did not know there was a class I'd enroll. Heck, who wouldn't want to take part in that? And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Trey Johnson has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Raptors. They've led by as much as 10. They've got Carlton Carrington. Keyshawn George is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Johnson. And it's Vukcevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. Now, here's Barrett. Shoots over Johnson. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Raptors. Pass to Johnson. Bangs home the trifecta.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Now he has quickly piled up the points by stringing those threes together.
Now here's Barnes. Here's Barrett. He's guarded by Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Trey Johnson.
This is an element that R.J. Barrett brings to this offense. He loves to put pressure on the defense by getting to the foul line.
No good on that one. And another of these young, talented players out of Canada. R.J. Barrett is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
And he's good on the second. Tim, when you think of the players, which players come to mind as setting the bar for a high basketball IQ?
LeBron James certainly at the top of the list. Nikola Jokic, I would put Luka Doncic in that category as well. IQ means you have the ability to understand defenses and where your four teammates are at all times.
And for some it's natural, and for some they probably got to work at it, correct?
You got to work on it, but I think it's critical if you really want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack.
Barnes passes to Purtle. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got his fourth assist in this one. Wizards trail by 7. Johnson outside. Outside for George. Off target from outside.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Faster quickly. And here is Barnes. Ingram outside. Barrett dishes to Ingram. Quickly the pass to Ingram. Over Carrington. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And now a 9-point Toronto lead. Pass to Johnson. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Ingram's got 4 rebounds in this game. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pirtle sets the pick for Quickly. Now here's Pirtle. That shot, no good.
Well, after nailing the first 3 out of the break, you can give him a pass for not making that one as well.
With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from George.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And that one's good. Barnes has got 10 points.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
What a great pass. It was on time and on target.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Wizards, go to Lynx. 1 shot.
And that one misses. And Tim, an old school big man, Jakob Pirtle, still more than valuable in today's game.
Well, there certainly remains a place in this league for centers who defend the rim, rebound, and set screens. He might not be flashy, but he's a winning player.
Vukcevic, good. Vukcevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
After Quickly. Here's Pirtle. Onside Barrett. And again, Toronto with the triple.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Look at the numbers for R.J. Barrett. Averaging about 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively, and he has provided points pretty much every time they needed him.
Now, Carrington. 16 points for him. Koulibaly with it. Pass to Johnson. Releases. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
They get it back. Barnes. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Pass to Johnson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trey Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
The Raptors making a switch here. Here's Toronto. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Murray Boyd. Pass to Quickly. Back to Barrett. Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Fires the 3. Washington with the rebound. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's Johnson. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. On the wing quickly. Defended by Carrington. Here's Barrett. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
Assist goes to
28 points for R.J. Barrett.
Well, Barrett is just a gifted scorer. He is so skilled at making difficult contested shots near the rim.
Now, here's George. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Johnson. Takes it off the glass. 28 points for Johnson.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
Barnes finds Ingram. Back to Barnes. This one for three. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Vukcevic, good. Vukcevic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pass to Barrett. Washington with the rebound. Vukcevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Carrington. Now Koulibaly. The Wizards working the ball around now. Barrett against Johnson from the arc. It's rebounded by Quickly.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Murray Boyles with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And so it's Washington with it. The Raptors getting the bucket. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Carrington. George sets a screen. Now here's Johnson. Barrett covering. Steps back and fires. That misses off the backboard. Toronto leading by 16. Now here's Quickly. He's got 6. Now Barnes. He's guarded by Johnson. And here's Ingram from the arc. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 6 assists here tonight. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Wizards. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, as a team, they've been coming up short, but his pure scoring mentality as an individual has been unshakable.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Here's Johnson after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Here's Murray Boyles. He's got 11. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
2nd personal foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
For the Raptors.
I like this throwback approach they've taken, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
Well, how about the damage they've done attacking the basket? The defense has had no answers for how to slow them down in that area. I love the aggressiveness.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Hardy. Defense is right there. Pass to Riley. Dick with the steal. Here's Walter. Riley covering. The Wizards have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. Fires the 3.
2 minutes.
Toronto grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Murray Boyles. He's got 14. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Wizards shooting at 51%. Really solid. And another miss by Washington.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
1:27 left in the third quarter. Now Dick, he has 7. And the shot goes in. Dick's got 9.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Gill, the pass to Johnson to stop the run, and that one good. That's now 32 points for Johnson.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Here's Shed. Inside, here's Mamu Kelishvili. Plays it up and banks it in. Mamu Kelishvili has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
There's the pick. Johnson from outside. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for Washington, Anthony Gill, taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. George is checked in for Johnson. Gill hits them both. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. He's got 7.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Justin Champagny, first personal
For Toronto,
foul.
they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Shooting for Toronto, Murray Boyles, 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Pass to Riley. 1 second left. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors setting. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Walter, also Emmanuel quickly out there, and Murray Boyles in at the power forward. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
At the line for the Wizards, Riley, shooting one.
Here's Walter. To the right side. And here is Quickly. With the drive. Count it, good. And the Raptors lead by 20.
That's nice work inside by Quickly. He's only 6'3", but he feels like he can score in the paint whenever he wants.
Champagnie passes to George. A three-pointer, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
There's the lob to the hoop. Riley against Dick. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Riley against Dick. 5 on the clock. Down low. Here is Riley. It's rebounded by Dick. Pass to Murray Boyles. Toronto working the ball around now. Mamu Kelishvili passes to Quickly. Here's Dick. Riley covering. Dick with it. Out to the right wing. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. And again, it's Toronto converted.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Pass to Champagnie. Here is Riley. Launches a three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Mamu Kelishvili has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world. So there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
And that one's good, Champagnie. Here's Quickly. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And another basket for Toronto.
That's really pretty. The mid-range from Quickly. I love it.
Washington's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Hardy passes to Riley. Pass to Champagnie. Here is Riley. Here's Hardy. No good on the triple. Raptors leading by 22. And here is Quickly. Riley covering. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And he's good on the 3-ball. 12 points for Grady Dick.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Here's Gill. Out to the right wing. Here's Champagnie. No good with the triple. The Raptors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Pass to Dick. And another basket for Toronto.
When you watch Quickly, it's really easy to see how much his passing has improved since he first entered the league.
Now, here's Hardy. Champagnie passes to George. And here's Hardy. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Offensive foul.
And you look at the G League's impact on player development grade, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Wizards making a switch here. Vukcevic is checked in. Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for the Raptors. Brandon Ingram comes in for Grady Dick. Toronto calls timeout.
Wizards breaker. Give him a round of applause.
Here's Walter. Fires for three. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Carrington. Pass to Johnson. Four on the shot clock. Trying to end the drought. And it's Mamu Kelishvili with the rebound. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup.
Brandon Ingram.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
Johnson outside. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. Outside, George. Pass to Johnson. It's good. Johnson's got 13 points here in the second half alone. The Raptors have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now, here's Quickly. Defended by Carrington. Quickly the pass to Barnes. And it goes down 2 points. 20 points for Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Wizards have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Back to Carrington. The Wizards working the ball around now. Johnson outside. Lets a floater go. And the layup is good. Johnson's got 36.
Wow, what skill level to get that floater up and in right there. Nicely done.
Barnes outside. Ingram outside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
First team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Brandon Ingram at the line for 1.
And that one falls for Ingram.
And, you know, people around the league think that Brandon Ingram actually has an even higher ceiling than we've seen. And with a few improvements to his game, he could get even better. I hope we get to see that.
Here's Carrington. To the middle. Here's Vukcevic.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
The Raptors have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Pass to Murray Boyle. Now here's Ingram. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Misses the 3. Now Carrington. Johnson outside. And here's George. And George with the stuff.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Pass to Murray Boyle. Lots of room. Rebound, Washington.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
Carrington finds Johnson. Three-pointer connects from three-point range. Johnson's got 39.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Walter. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Vukcevic, good.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
And here are the Raptors now, following the bucket by the Wizards. Down low, here's Mamu Kelishvili.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
And we've got a timeout call by Brian Keefe. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
All right, everybody.
And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, R.J. Barrett.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Pass to Johnson. From downtown, it's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Toronto leading by 23. Here's Shed. There's the screen. Over to the wing. Here's Mobo, defended by George. In transition, here come the Wizards. Snatched up.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, it's the biggest reason they have the lead right now. They have just been flat out the more physical team.
Now here's Lawson. Here's Walter. A three-pointer off the mark. A minute 50 left in the fourth. Here's Koulibaly. And another miss by Washington. The Raptors shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. And he lobs it up toward the rim, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Toronto.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for R.J. Barrett.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Here's Vukcevic. The three from George. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Here's Shed. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Walter. Raptors moving the ball around. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Carrington with the ball. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaFleur.